fire. This morning I would be speaking with two fine gentlemen, and they are both Labour leaders in Rivers State. First, we're going to have the leader of the NLC in Rivers State, Mr. Alex Agwanwor, and his counterpart from the TUC, who is also the chairman of the TUC in Rivers State, Mr. Onyefuru, would also be joining us via telephone this morning. As of course you know, the conversations around what's happening at the various council secretariats. You're aware that we have barricades by the police on the council secretariats across the state. Workers have not been able to gain access, so they've not been working. What's been happening with revenue generation at the local government level? That's a big question. Well, there's been talks about ultimatum and talks about people trying to impersonate Labour and organize a protest, and Labour has come out to say we are not carrying out any demonstrations whatsoever. Well, the details hopefully we would find from our guests, and questions that need to be asked would be asked, and hopefully we get the response required. Let's quickly get on to Mr. Alex Agwanwor. Sir, you're welcome. Good morning.
Andrew, how are you? And good morning to the listeners.
All right, Agwanwor, thank you very much. We'll start off with you. Mr. Onyefuru is supposed to join us as well. We're trying to establish contact with him. As soon as we do, we would also hear from TUC. But starting with you, what exactly is the situation now with workers at the various council levels? Have there been any meetings or conversations between organized Labour and the police force to say, let's come to some compromise or understanding as to how we can have workers access their offices across the various secretariats at the local government level?
Okay, thank you very much. I think for now we have not had any meeting or any invitation for meeting from the police. But however, yesterday we uncovered a plot by some miscreants and the disguise of Labour regards to our ultimatum, which is supposed to expire today, which is 24th of June, to carry out a kind of demonstration in the name of Labour. So in order to blackmail Labour or whatever way to cause mayhem, so that Labour will blackmail. So knowing that, we immediately have to also do a press release to inform the public that however our ultimatum is still counting and we have not withdrawn from our action. But anybody that is carrying any protest for now or demonstration should be seen as an enemy of the state. Should be seen as an enemy of the state, and also should be treated as a criminal, because organized labor in Rivers State have not directed. Remember, when we give an ultimatum, we say we will direct our members. They should be on alert, and we have not directed. And when we direct, we will do a formal communication to our members, directing them to embark on any form of action. So any form of action today or whenever after now, it's not coming from the organized labor of Rivers State. And whoever does that should be treated as a criminal. When we are ready, we will do a proper communication to our members, and the public will be aware of our line of actions. So for now, our ultimatum is still counting, and we are still on standby.
When is the ultimatum supposed to elapse?
By midnight today.
Midnight today. So prior to giving the ultimatum, Labour had not made up its mind on what decisions it would make or what steps it would take upon the expiration of the ultimatum. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, there may be possible lawful industrial action after the ultimatum. But based on the current developments by some miscreants, we have suspended that for now. And we are also waiting for the right time to take up such actions by doing proper sensitization to our members and all our organs of the organized labor. So when we are ready, you will see us on a very peaceful and lawful protest. If before then the police did not do the needful, by aligning our members to carry out their duties at the local government areas.
Has there been efforts by Labour to get in touch with the police leadership in the state to discuss this matter, perhaps to find an alternative way to resolving it as against the ultimatum that we are seeing, and we don't know if you're still going to go on any demonstrations. But have there been any efforts to say, let's meet with the police leadership in the state and discuss how we can resolve this? Because there are those that feel, is it not possible that, workers could be allowed into the secretariats, maybe by identification cards? Or have you held these talks with the police?
Yeah, we have communicated. We are communicating. Yeah, and our letters.
Give us details about this communication. Is it that you had a physical meeting, or you had written to the police and you got?
We haven't had any physical meeting, but we also sent some letter correspondences to them, and also making them understand our position and what we're also asking for. Which, from our end, they have also acknowledged those soft copies, and we are also expecting that likely they may call us for a meeting, which you are not objecting. We're also willing to attend, to also look at the issues facing the local government workers.
And so far, you have not gotten any information from the police as to why perhaps that meeting is taking too much time to happen. In your opinion, as a Labour leader, you are interacting with the workers, and I'm sure most of them would not be satisfied with the idea that they are at home and are not able to access their offices. I'm sure that's a big worry for them. So, in your opinion, how do you think, from Labour's perspective, would be the best or most appropriate way to handle this situation and allow these workers access to their offices?
The situation is very simple. The governor has come up to say that Rivers State is peaceful. Don't forget, the governor is the chief security of the state. And section 215, subsection 4 of the Nigerian Constitution empowers the governor to also determine whether the state is peaceful or not, and direct the Commissioner of Police to do the needful. And the governor has come out openly and said that this River State is peaceful. So it is both on the police to also begin to fish out if there's anybody that want to cause problem in River State. For us, we are not against the police maintaining peace and order in the state to protect lives and properties. But in the midst of doing that, it should not also violate our fundamental right of carrying out our legitimate duties, going out for our daily bread. The local government workers are very essential arm of government, and the functions are very enormous. They reach out to the common people in the states. Imagine the healthcare workers, community healthcare workers, those that need attention, what is happening by now, or those that or the marriage registry, or the revenue collection, in the states. Because these are the arm that generate and also reach out, generate revenue at the local level and reach out to the common people in terms of servicing the ordinary people.
Okay.
They cannot reach out. And if you don't allow them to go to work, imagine how many people have been impacted. Okay, let's take for instance, for those that have already been, other programs have been fixed for the community heads to reach out to the new, maybe polio, to injection, vaccination, or the court registry for those that are about to get married or court marriage. Imagine the people that be affected. Those that are now school is just admission process going on. Those that are looking for local government recommendation letters. These are things that are going to impact on people in the state. If the people are not allowed to go to work. So we are asked the police, with the even our members are going to work, also need protection. It is their duty to protect everybody. So they can be there. If they want to protect, say, within the environment, we don't have any problem with that. To make sure there is a peace. But they should allow legitimate workers, people that are employed, career civil servants at the local government, to go and carry out their duties, to go and carry their functions, to reach out to the people which they are meant to serve at the local level. So that's what we're asking for.
Okay.
That is only that for us. That is the only solution.
All right. Now, so you're saying that the police should completely vacate the secretariat. Now, the police had also would say that they are trying to do their job to ensure that there's no breakdown of law and order, right? So then,
Completely vacating is not out of place.
okay.
Andrew. But if they also said that after, like some people have planned to do some demonstration, police can come and start to make sure such persons are not allowed in any form to cause any mayhem. But that does not stop the legitimate people from going to carry out their duties at the local government level. Local government is a third tier of governance. It's the third arm of government. Imagine this happening at the state or the federal level. Are you saying that Nigeria should go down?
So that brings us to what I'm saying. Now, the police is insisting on doing its job of ensuring that properties and lives are safe and secure, and the law and order is not in any way affected or broken down. How do we now get a measure? How would you suggest that the police does its job and at the same time local government workers go to work? Is there no way for that to happen from the perspective of labor? Or are you suggesting that the only demand and the only thing labor would want to see is for the security operatives to vacate those secretariats across the various local government councils entirely?
Andrew, so, we are labor leaders, we are not politicians, and we don't be part of their politics. Our interest is the welfare of our members, and that is why that makes our position. That our members, irrespective of what is happening, our members should be allowed to go and do their legitimate duties, to perform their functions in their various offices. When the NSAS took place all over Nigeria, all over the country, why did they shut down the whole government of government? NSAS, almost all the states were on arrest. Why did they shut down governance in Nigeria? Why did they stop people from going to work? They maintain law and order, and people went about the legitimate duties. Why can't they repeat the same thing here? What is so special about locking down the council? And the IGs came with the idea that because the matter in the court, where does that happen? That you shut down an arm of government until the matter is determined in the court? For how long? We all know our court processes. It is not done anywhere. It is not acceptable. Then those that require services in those arm of government, it means they will keep on suffering and the handicap of the condition until when the court decides. There are better ways police can handle this matter, please.
All right.
For us, there are better ways.
We have a commercial coming. When we return, hopefully we'll get your reaction. You had mentioned something about Labour not being politicians, but there's also been talks and accusations from the past council chairman and Nog and Algon talking about how some members of the Labour unions are collecting or accepting government appointments and et cetera, et cetera. How do we differentiate? Because there are people who think that Labour should have nothing to do with politics or government appointments, etc. And the allegations is that the governor appointed members of Nogi in the caretaker committee who are, in their word, from collaborating with the TUC and the NLC to protest today. Well, we'll look at more of this when we come back after this short commercial. Please just stay on the line for us. Info, a conversation continues on the Morning Crossfire. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. My guest is still with us via phone, the NLC chairman in Rivers State, Mr. Alex Agwanwor. Sir, thank you for staying on the line for us.
Yeah, Andrew, thank you. I'm still with you.
All right. Unfortunately, we've not been able to establish contact with the TUC chairman in Rivers State, Mr. Okechukwu Onyefuru. Hopefully that happens before the end of our conversation, so we also hear the TUC's position on this. But before the break, I was trying to bring up some allegations made by a faction now of Algon that's loyal to the FCT minister, comprising of the local government chairman whose tenures have elapsed. They had a briefing and had stuff to say about members of Norgay whom they accuse of compromise amidst the police blockade at the council secretariats. Now, in the media briefing, they insisted that and alleged that the government had appointed members of Norgay in the caretaker committee who are collaborating with the TUC and NLC. My first question is it something that's against the labor code for a member of TUC, NLC, Norgay, or a worker to be appointed into a committee? Is that something that negates any laws of labor?
Well, let me start. Andrew, remember earlier this year when we came to our studio regards to local government employees' welfare and the implementation of minimum wage. Mm-hmm. Don't forget, these are still the same local government chairmen who were in the helm of affairs, who have deprived the workers of a minimum wage for about 5 years now, without implementation, who have been feeding on the workers' welfare, who have refused promotion for all this period. Even when the government did promotion, they refuse to put machineries to promote the workers at the local government level. So labor coming against them and making sure that the needful is done, that the workers in local government rights are protected. Do you think they'll be happy with us? And they're having a governor-friendly, labor-friendly governor who have also come to say what we're asking is the right thing. And I've asked them to do the needful. Since he has done the needful, I think they will be happy about it. No, these are just blackmail. And let me also put it right. It's not the first time that labor leaders are part of local government caretaker committees. Right from the time of Rotimi Amechi, even the past administration, among them, who are members of the caretaker committee. And the reasons are obvious. These are sitting administrators. They are career civil servants. They are not politicians who are to guide the politicians on how to run the administration of the local government.
So the purpose for including...
How does that make us politicians? Okay, when they were caretaker committees, they had labor leaders in their committee. Then labor is not in politics. These are just cheap blackmail to drive their self-centered agitation. So for us, we are not moved, we are not perturbed by those blackmail. What is our interest is our members.
All right. We'll open the phone lines and take the response and thoughts of some of the callers, and we'll also be looking at a few messages on Facebook. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Again, 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0003. On Facebook, Samuel Tamanola Obene says it puts a question mark on activities of this government, at the same time strengthening the imposters as expired council tenure of former council chairman. Power resides where people believe it resides. We all are pitching our tents and waiting for the outcome. Odepele Gosoka says, how long would this court case last to determine who is supposed to access the Secretariat? For me, the past chairman should be invited for questioning. Ogo Ojene Justice says the Rivers State government and all civil society organizations should sue the IG for unlawful barricade of the secretariats in Rivers State. Court didn't say that the council secretariat should be shut down. It's unlawful and barbaric. Innocent says it's indeed a sign of a failed government. The governor started feeling the moment he what? I didn't get that one. You have to send it again. Wosu Victory says River State politics. Thank God ability says instead of the crisis in River State will cause fight, make rain fall. But how do we what would be a permanent solution to the current situation? Because, I mean, from some of the things a lot of people are saying is it's all political and some people trying to twist, things because they are not aligning with the government. And so they would say or do anything. And it also brings other people to question where is the place of the people in all of this? Do people really, is it really about the people when every time we campaign and we talk about, is it really about the people? What would be a permanent solution, Mr. Agwanwor? Before I open the phone lines, let's get your response to this. How do you think this can be handled? And we have those chairmen whose tenure have elapsed leave and the chairmen who are in acting capacity. Don't forget, the governor also said we're supposed to have council elections and preparations for that should start from the 1st of July. So where do we go from here?
Well, for me, I think, we have enemies of the states fighting against river states who want to demarcate river states in the public, nationally, to make as if river state is a peaceful place for investors to come and do business. The issue of general allegation is aberration to Nigeria. It has never happened anywhere. Again, issue of caretaker committee. Even though they say there's a court judgment asking that there should be no more caretaker committee, there are still caretaker committees existing in more than 70% of states in Nigeria. Even with the same court judgment, even officially, states have also inaugurated caretaker committee. And if the government have come to say, put caretaker committee on board, if you think it's against the law, if you're not satisfied with it, the peaceful way to go about it is not to approach the law court. While we are turning elapsed, and there is a court judgment from the High Court in Port Harcourt stating that the resolution passed by Martin Samehule led the assembly members is in contradiction with the Nigerian Constitution and cannot stand and is null and void. That means the extension is null and void based on the court judgment. And if they say that and they have not appealed that matter, as I'm talking to you, even the council chairman have not appealed that matter. It's not an appeal. So what judgment are they waiting for? What judgment are they waiting for? What judgment is the IG waiting for?
All right. Let's hear from Robin in a chair. Quickly, straight to the point, Robin. Do we find what would be considered a permanent solution to this quagmire? Robin, good morning.
Good morning, my brother, and greetings to our guest. See, let me tell you straight, and those who are listening to the sound of my voice, I said it from the day one, that the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria has staged a coup against the people of River State. And when the governor was saying his father and son, listen to me, and those who are listening to me, I said a fight of a father and son that is taken to the market square or playground, it turns to a community fight. That is where we are. All what is going on is an aberration. And the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who took out of office on May 29, 2023, that he was going to rule Nigeria with the rule of law, is subverting and working closely with the former governor of River State that want to put us in trouble. And he's keeping quiet. Power is transferred. You are not with your own. You go. Nigerians resisted Obasanjo when he wanted to extend his tenure. A former military head of state, a president. How come about a former governor? That the president is romancing with him. All the meetings they were trotting around the whole world before the election is all about to sabotage and to destroy River State. Good morning, Ife Nyandu.
All right. Good morning, George from Buguma.
Yes, Andrew. It is not that River State is going through this turmoil that we have found ourselves. You see, the federal government led by Bola Tinubu is setting a very bad precedent. And when it will boom in this state, I think the president will know that River State is the state among other states that lays the golden egg. And when the golden egg is not the egg is not more being laid, you will know that yes, the people of River State are taking a leading stand. You cannot tell me that you promise Nigerians that you can never be biased, and you will stay in the side of. I've seen a point where you are giving cover to the former governor to set chaos in River State. If you are barricading the three secretariats, in the eyes of the law, because what we are fighting now is an issue of constitution, and in the eyes of the constitution of this land, what would have happened is that you allow the civil servants to go in so that they will perform their civil duties. You understand? Pending the judgment, if they are waiting for the judgment, pending that judgment, you allow civil servants to go in to perform their civil duties. You understand? But you are now giving a ground to the former governor to glory in River State, a governor who served and a former governor who served and is no more in that serving capacity. He has left office. He has no immunity anymore covering it. But you are telling Nigerians to believe as if he still has immunity and he can go do anything and go scot-free. I think it is very unbecoming. It is very barbaric. It is very uncertain. I'm telling you this. What is happening today? I am telling you, they are pushing people to the wall, and when people break through the wall, they will not fall down. They will stand and wait for the worst to happen. Nobody will fall down, but I tell them if you rent.
All right, George, thank you very much. Let's go to Ucheken in Eche. Ucheken, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Thank you very much. Let me ask Mr. Agwanwor. He says anybody seen protesting today will be seen as an enemy of the state and be treated as criminal. My question to you is, what if you had not perceived a counter-protest today? Would you have not carried on your protest as planned? Or would you have still called off the protest as planned? Number one question. Number two, you talked about that the governor has the position to declare if the state is peaceful or unsafe. Let me ask you, the statement of the governor regards to the peacefulness of the state and the issue of protest by your union, which one comfort? Because I was aware that the governor has already declared that the state is peaceful. Then the following day, you and your team and other union came up to threaten protest. Was the state not peaceful before you threaten protest? That is number two. Finally, you talked about the caretakers and the court order. And you asked, what is the IG still waiting for? Are you aware of a court judgment delivered in favor of Ametle and Co. by Justice Omotosho that is yet to be appealed? Oga, are you aware? Let me put it to you. You have aligned yourself into politics, and you have allowed yourself to be used as a politician. That is why the governor has used you people to carry on protest in disguise, allegedly. So if you want to talk about your people, please support police and do not talk about the issue of carrying out a protest if you're dying or ultimately in life today. Because if one of your workers has died, I don't think you would have asked police to vacate the premises, knowing too well that the reason why police was there was to cut short further crisis and to protect lives and property. I take a bow.
All right, let's hear from Cookie Gam and Remo Lumeni. Good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Welcome, Cookie Gam. Go on.
Andrew, during people of the late government, one Biri was Noge chairman in River State, was appointed technical committee member, Upopon Koro, during all the late government. Appointing Noge members in River State, not a new thing. I mean, it happened to not delay. Happen and make it. I don't know whether we can do one. So let a former chairman so that was a cover up to make their noise. They have been happening before. The major concern this morning is the still dragging of the former chairman. They continue to remain in office again. And where that this has happened before, that former Yatuna has passed, he has said more than a year, he want to remain in office again. Are you saying as a caretaker or elected chairman? Andrew, it's a state is a state that everybody loves. There's one son that was stand and years back. Lord of us to live very low. Don't pull her down. That one was stand those days in Nigeria State. Lord River State. I want to obey former Gwangwike. If the River State advise their boys to leave us to the look. River State is there before they came. Most of their boys come from top, become local government, become councillor, become assembly member. Rivers have been there. They will also be there. They will go. Rivers is free for us. So I want to beg Gwangwike, please. Nobody is an emperor. Nobody can be a Jim. Nobody can be a god for Rivers Road. Rivers is a one below Rivers. Gwangwike, please, I'm begging you.
All right, Cookie Gam, thank you very much.
Tell your boys to leave this.
Cookie Gam, thank you very much. He's now a former governor and FCT minister. So thank you very much, Cookie Gam. Let's go to another one quickly and hear from Stanley. Hello, Stanley. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go on.
First and foremost, let me correct one issue raised by your guest. So he was talking about the tenure elongation matter that was given by one of the high courts in River State. That matter is part of the matter before the appeal court in Abuja. The local government chairman appealed that matter. It's part of the matter that the appeal court is treating. So let me put it to him that matter is part of the matter that was appealed. Secondly, he is saying that tenure elongation is an aberration. But a caretaker is not an aberration. I want to ask him, is caretaker in Nigerian constitution? The answer is no. Is he aware that two local government chairmen, past local government chairmen, if he is calling them past, we are among the caretakers?
Stanley, I think you might have to do well to call us back. There's still a few more calls we can take. I'll take a few more messages first. Promise Chinoye says, the former chairman, council chairman should allow peace reign in River State. The former governor constituted caretaker chairman all through his first tenure. Nobody criticized him. They should allow the governor govern in peace. Kings Ofru says, why should someone whose tenure in office has expired not leave in order to promote decorum and order rather than foment trouble? I just need an answer. I did the first set of council chairmen. Well, that's those are messages coming in from Facebook. Chukwuemeka is on the line. We'll take two more calls. One from Chukwuemeka and another call, and then we come to my guest as we attempt to wrap up. Chukwuemeka is calling from Lelewo. Chukwuemeka, good morning.
Good morning. I disagree with your guest. He's a politician. He is a politician. They should stop all the things you are doing. We, the Rivers, will resist any attempt or any plan they are planning against Rivers people. Labour has taken us to a ride. Look at Labour bills. They are not doing anything about it. Look at the fuel, high cost of fuel. They are not doing anything about it. When we are shouting for the governor to control the government elections, they get moved. There was an indication that they are collecting money. The governor is fully giving them money. They get moved. It's an election, it's not a question of Nigeria. What stops the governor to conduct an election for peace to reign in River State? That is constitutional.
But the governor has said he would conduct elections. Elections preparation will start from 1st of July.
Before the people in office.
Is there a law that says
the FCT minister side are facing from every angle? Let me put it to Agwanwor, like from Ishe, former vice chairman of that local government, and every other person has been saying, and even this last caller, I put it to him that they are completely playing bitter politics in River State, and they are all politicians. They should not use the word Labour, Norgay, and TUC. Who are you deceiving? You cannot call a governor In democracy, you have right to call the governor to order. It's not a king of a community or a paramount ruler that will give a decree. We are talking about democracy. Look at how he's struggling to even defend the caretaker committee. Ask him where in the constitution that Nigeria recognizes that thing called caretaker. Supreme Court and even the constitution of Nigeria has called that aberration and is in support of that. And even their member that is talking about
but Gift,
who is blackmailing him.
Gift.
If you want to take up any appointment, you must resign before you take up appointment as a civil servant. Because Opitodle did it. So if you steal today, tomorrow they caught another person, that person will say, Andrew stole yesterday or Gift stole yesterday. And you did not do anything with Gift. And now today you want to hold me responsible. Look at how we are talking.
Is being a member of a committee an appointment?
I said that appointment of being a member of a committee as a civil servant is wrong in Nigerian constitution. I'm putting it to him. Let me tell him again that whatever thing that they are talking about, protest, enemies of River State, himself and his own body are the real enemies.
All right, Gift, thank you. We're already running out of time. I don't know if my guest would have... Mr. Agwanwor, let me ask this question. Is being a member of a committee an appointment?
Yeah, it's an appointment.
And
it's
so,
an appointment. We are talking about caretaker committee, arbitration local government, pending when a proper election is going to happen. So, like I said earlier, I know when people are blinded by their selfish and self-centered interests, and also to please their paymasters, and for that reason, they are overshadowed by losing their sense of.
Hold your thoughts there. After the commercial, we'll wrap up. Agwanwor, thank you for staying on the line for us. We'll just have to wrap things up quickly on the morning crossfire because we have the news at 9 just around the corner. Hello, Mr. Alex.
Yeah, with you, please. Let me just wrap up.
Yes,
this.
quickly, please.
Okay, please. I think for us, on the final notes, I don't believe that the police have lost confidence on the court. I also believe that the Nigerians have lost confidence in the court in regards to the people agitating against the caretaker committee and others. If they have approached the court of law, they should wait for the court to determine the matter and not to obstruct governance in the state and not to perpetuate violence in the state. So I think even when the election happened here, those who were not people were aggrieved. But the court say if you are not happy, go to court. And those who have participated for court. And when the court decided, everybody stay at the bar, step aside. So anybody that is not happy, if you say caretaker is an aberration, go to court and contest it. Let the court decide.
All right,
and remove those that are there. Why do you want to begin to perpetrate violence in the state?
We have to wrap it up here. Thank you for your time. We'll keep in touch for any
let them allow our members to go to work.
Thank you very much. Let's go over now to the news at 9. My name is